What's going on, Paisanos? V here, and I have my Shaddoll Invoked deck. I actually recorded this deck yesterday and deleted the recording. So here we are with a new deck profile. Actually did make some changes, so it actually was all for the better. This is a 40 card Shaddoll Invoked. What I do in my deck profiles, I show you the main side extra, and then I give you my reasons for why I play certain cards over other cards. Overall, before I say anything else, I also just want to say that I think this is the best version of the Shaddoll engine. I know we have Invoke DPE, which is not bad, but I feel like this deck not only can beat that deck relatively easily, but this deck can consecutively beat a lot of decks within the meta. So this deck's really, really good. I enjoy it a lot. It's my favorite deck in the game right now, and I can't wait for Despia's, the new Albash structure and all that jazz. It's gonna get really fun. But like I said, I'll go over the deck and we'll talk about it afterwards. All right, right off the gate, we have 3 Alistair the Invoker. Can you guys see that? I know I have some glare. Okay, over here. Over here's good. Okay, we play 3 Alistair Invoker. We also play 1 Celestial, 1 Plasma. This is going to be actually. I'll tell you what's gonna happen afterwards. We have 2 Shaddoll Hedgehog, 2 Shaddoll Wendy, 1 Shaddoll Dragon, 1 Shaddoll Beast, Near Shaddoll Ariel, and 1 Shaddoll Squamach. So that's the monster lineup. Then for our spells, we have 3 Shaddoll Fusion, 3 Magical Meltdown, 3 Fusion Destinies, 3 Power Prosperity, 3 Shaddoll Fusions, double Invocation, 1 Harpy's Fellduster, and 1 Foolish Burial. So that's the spell count. It's kind of high, but you know it's pretty good. For our trap lineup, we have 1 Schism, 1 Shaddoll Incarnation, 3 Infinite Impermanence, and we also have 3 that could only be 1. This is a 40 card deck, by the way. We'll go over the side deck. For the side deck, we have 3 Nibiru. We also play 3 Drone Lockbird. I feel like these are standard in every side deck. 3 Pseudopotamization, triple Lightning Storm, and triple Cosmic Cyclone. So that's the side deck. For the extra deck, we're playing 2 Construct, 2 Winda, 2 App Clone, 1 Mechaba, 1 Ragent, 1 Orgoides, 1 Purgatrio, 1 Destroyer Phoenix, 1 Star of Infusion Dragon, 1 Anaconda, 1 Gravity Controller, and 1 Artemis. Alright, so let's start backwards because I feel like that's way more important. And then we'll talk about the side, I guess, a bit, and then we'll go right into the main deck. Alright, so obviously Artemis is kind of like the staple of this deck. If you run this build, you run Artemis. You can run a fire target, as you can see already. I do have Purgatrio, but I have no fire target. That's because our opponent usually donates us a fire target. It's really nice of them to do so. They donate us a fire target and we go Purgatrio. And if that doesn't work, we can just get rid of Purgatrio with Power Prosperity. So it kind of works out that way, and it actually works out really well. I don't want to play Ash Blossom and Joy Spring because I don't want to get hit with triple tactics talents. Getting hit with triple tactics talents means our opponent can take our window. Our opponent takes our window, they break our board. We don't want that. So that's why I really don't play Ash. I play Infinite Impermanence instead. So yeah, I mean, I still think Purgatrio is a great card. It actually won me a game tonight. Once again, I'll play Alistair. They'll Ash it. We always have invocations. We go Purgatrio. Orgoides, obviously, I mean, this is all pretty much staple stuff. Same with Star of Infusion Dragon. In game 1, this is just Prosperity fodder. So Prosperity is a really weird card, and you have to activate it and get rid of different cards every single time. I think Rage is kind of standard. I used to play double Mechaba. 1 Mechaba is more than enough. I really didn't feel myself going the second one at all this entire tournament. I did play a core TCU locals last night. I'm looking to play more tournaments moving forward with this deck. And then the Shaddoll package is pretty much standard. I don't think there's any changes in it. Looking aside, we do play 3 Cyclone and 3 Lightning Storm, and they're both useful for different situations. This is obviously if your opponent's playing the artifact package to Psylock you. You don't play Lightning Storms because there's nothing, you're Psylock. You play Cosmic Cyclone because it's really good if they try to do that Psylock stuff. So that's why this card's really important. Because of Psylock, because of Mystic Mine, this card's pretty much needed for that. But Lightning Storm is still a phenomenal card. It breaks a lot of boards, beats a lot of players, and I really do like the card a lot. So I think they're both really good for different reasons. We do run through Pseudopotamizations. We don't main this card, by the way. And the reason why we don't main Pseudopotamization, even though I really want to main even 1, I would love to main 1, is because 1, our deck's filled. 2, this is the kind of card you take out like 2 L-Dolls for and a third target. It could be a what do you call it? Where is it? A Fusion Destiny, because we already played 3. But that's what usually what I put in for this card. This card's still really good at breaking boards. And we know our opponent has DPE for sure, and they're going first. I like to put this card going second against our opponents, because if they have DPE, they more likely have preparing for the Anaconda, and this card kind of negates that whole aspect. So this card's actually really, really insane. And synergizes really well with this deck in many different ways as well. And then we have Drone Lockbird and Nibiru. These are just kind of standard cards in the game. All right. So let's go right into the traps. We are maining they're going to only be one. Going first from only one is pretty much GG for a lot of decks. This deck plays around it really well, and this card's just really, really good in the meta right now. It's because of the way the meta is. That's why this card's good. There's the only hand traps in the main deck at all is Infinite Impermanence. And once again, it's came in kind of like with Psylocke. If we get Psylocked, it does kind of suck. We do have ways out of it, and I'll talk about that in a second. But if you get Impermanence, stop a Psylocke, and continue with your turn, you're happy. You're in a good mood. So that's why we still keep Imperm around. This card's also really good at slowing our opponent down. And once again, our opponent's not going to be able to activate their talents. And that's kind of what we want to do, because talents is kind of crazy against this deck. And of course, we still play Restaurant Carnation. Some builds are cutting this card. Don't test it out. There's a lot of great ways to play this deck with this card. This card has a lot of crazy synergy. I'm going to be having videos on this channel as well, showing this deck in action in remote duels, and doing a voiceover and talking about why I like this deck and what play I did and could I have done a play better. So I'll have those videos on this channel coming up soon. And of course, we played the Shaddoll Schism. Looking at our spells, I feel like we still have the main Harpy's Featherduster because of Mystic Mine. Everyone that's not pure meta is running Mystic Mine, and Mystic Mine is definitely a needed card in this game. If we can go ahead and do Mystic Mine and Harpy's Featherduster and get rid of Mystic Mine, then we're in a pretty good position, and I feel like it's really, really important to do that. So that's why this card's in here. Obviously we play 2 invocations. Like I said, Invoke DP is kind of crazy. They run like some builds run 1 invocation, I guess. Then they meet DD Crow, and then their whole engine's dead. But yeah, no, 2 invocations is definitely the correct answer. We also run 3 Eldar fusions. Like I said, when we play against a player who's doing the side package, this card actually becomes more of the MVP, because if they're gonna do the side package, we can still change it. So we can change it whenever we feel like it. We can change it in the draw phase. We can change it when our opponent activates DPE, and we can go ahead and get our Shaddoll Fusion out, which is a huge, huge deal. You know, I think a lot of players are really underestimating how good this card is. And listen, I don't like playing this card at 3, but when you're trying to have a quick game state, especially if your opponent's trying to lock you out, you're gonna need this card. So it's really important. We do run 3 Prosperities, and I have to do a video all on this alone, talking about what to banish, when to banish. And like I said, if you want to see those videos, make sure to subscribe to this channel. Make sure to check me out on Twitch TV, YGO_Paisano. Links will be in the description. Check it out, because I'm gonna be doing videos, and I'll go over what I did banish, why I did banish it, and it's really important. I don't like Prosperities, but you do need it in this deck because you need to pop off as fast as possible. 3 Fusion Destiny, this card's broken. It's like the most broken card in the game. You need this card. I don't know why people like playing like 1. They're like 1, and I'll end up conning it, and then you get impermed, and then you have to hopefully top deck it. Oh wait a minute, no, it doesn't matter because your 1's in the graveyard because then a constant of cost. Like, and then you have 2 bricks in your deck. Like, no, you play 3 of this card until Konami hits it, but they're not gonna hit it yet because we have an OTS pack coming out. Then they're gonna hit it. Okay, and then everything else is pretty much standard. Shaddoll Fusion is easily the most broken card in this game. For our Shaddoll lineup, we're only playing 1 Squamata, and the reason why is we don't really need 2 Squamatas. This is not a need. The only tools that we do need is 2 Wendy's and 2 Hedgehogs, because there's a combo, and like I said, I'll have videos coming out with it, in which you could use, you need a Wendy in deck or in hand, and you need Hedgehog in deck, and that's going to allow you to do a lot of cool plays. And like I said, I'll have a video talking about all that. Obviously, we have the 1-ofs. These are still hugely important. We have your Astro package, and this is not Plasma. It looks like Plasma, but it's not Plasma. This is actually Dasher. Dasher's the card you actually need. So you don't need Plasma whatsoever. But I don't have Dasher because I'm not spending like 15, 20 bucks on a common. It's kind of ridiculous. I recently bought the Ultimate Rare. It was like 200 bucks. And it's good for heroes. That's why. And you know what? It's like for my collection anyway. And that's what it's going to be. It's going to be Dasher, and it's going to be his homeboy Celestial. And so Konami bans this card because the whole DB package is broken, but this card actually is the reason why like the package is insane. So once again, this is my 40-card Shaddoll deck. We played Locals tonight, and I'll tell you right now, my 2 losses was in game 3 to Imperial Order, featuring a deck that was played by my opponent. That's it, unfortunately. Imperial Order is really good against this deck. I might do something on the side to change it. I'm not sure. Imperial Order needs to get banned, but let me, you know, everybody has a card they want to ban this meta, and Imperial Order has to wait in line behind Artifact Sai, has to wait in line behind Mystic Mine, it has to wait in line behind Protoss, but Imperial Order is definitely a card. If it was to be banned, I would feel a lot better playing this deck, because every time I lost in game 3, I had the opportunity to break my opponent's board, set my own board up, which this deck does really well. That's why you don't need as many hand traps, because you can break your opponent's board and set your board. And like I said, I'll have videos coming out talking about how I do that, showing you how I do it. It's just that I think a lot of players are sleeping on this deck. Shaddoll Invoked to me is the best deck in the meta. I feel like a lot of meta decks have a huge issue against this deck. The only time this deck really loses is to a Floodgate like Imperial Order, unfortunately. Like I said, I have that video coming up. Don't worry about it. We'll talk about it. We'll discuss it. It's all going to be on this channel. I'm looking forward to the Albash Structure deck. We're going to be doing videos about that. I have Shaddoll Invoked DPE. Maybe we'll do some videos about that. And let me know in the comments down below, which is your favorite Shaddoll variation? Mine is Shaddoll Invoked, because I like how the fact that I could beat Shaddoll Invoked DPE and punish them for playing that build. I can also play against a lot of decks in the meta, not only break their board, but create my board, which a lot of players have to struggle against. Playing cards like Imperial Order, Infinite Permits, and Forbidden Droplet, which this deck still has a lot of plays it can play around really well. So that's the deck profile. I really appreciate you guys, everybody watching. Make sure to hit the subscribe button if you haven't hit the subscribe button already. Hit the like button, comment down below. It's your boy V, and I'll have some more Shaddolls waiting for you. See you later, Paisanos.